Hi everybody, welcome to Friday Sews and welcome to my channel Sew Like Dotty. If we've not met before, my name's Alison and today I'm just going to tell you what I've been making this week. Got back from holiday a week ago Friday and yeah, I shared on that last couple of vlogs some things that I was going to do, and one of which is what I'm wearing today, which is the I'll just pull my cuffs down, the Shirred dress from the Sewing Bee modern wardrobe book that's out now. The fabric is from Sew Haley Jane. It was the February classic and mini box fabric, and this is my first ever go at doing shearing. Well, actually that's not true. I tried to do shearing last year and my necky over here, which I absolutely love, I've got the 204D, brilliant machine, it wasn't having any of it. So because that went in for service while we were away, I dug my little Brother LS14 out, which when I'm doing kind of regular sewing was driving me crazy because I'm so used to kind of, you know, pressing little buttons and doing things on my computerized machine. However, little gem that it is, shears like a goddess. So, love it. I don't know what a goddess would shear like, really. I don't know why I said that. So, in the book, which I have here, it says to mark your rectangle, cut 2 rectangles and then mark them with 15 lines. Well, of course, those of you that know me know that I like to just wing it a bit, so I thought, oh, I'll just do what I kind of would have planned to do, which is use the foot on my machine to kind of keep measuring up. No, I did loads more lines than I needed to. And I don't know whether it was because of that, but when I came to actually cut the bodice out of the Shirred fabric, it was short. So my bodice was shorter than I wanted it to be. So what did I do? Well, there's a couple of things I could have done. I could have reshirred it all. That wasn't going to happen. It took me about, I don't know, 2 hours, 4 rows of shearing elastic. One of which was Gutermann. I had like a bit of a mixed bag, and I've got to say I love Gutermann thread, but the Gutermann shearing elastic that I had just didn't kind of, it didn't shear in as well, and when I steamed it, it just didn't kind of pull in. So I only had a little bit left. I've binned that. I think I bought some online that was like this one. I'm picking up this in First for Fabrics. They've got a little basket there with loads of different colours in. I think it's about £1 a roll. And obviously the winding, well, losing the will to live. But Rachel, one of my fellow sew tuners, messaged me to say that Gertie, I don't know who Gertie is, Gertie says, do it on your machine without going round the button. I didn't know what she was on about at first, because by that point my brain had moved into something else and I was like, shearing, what button? I don't know what we're on about. But then I twigged and I messaged her back to say, got it. So I've done that. So I've threaded it through my spool as I normally would, and I've popped the bobbin button across, and mine's got an auto, you know, like I don't have to press the pedal. So I just slowed it down and I just held it on my lap. I've heard other people say drop it into a cup and just let it kind of wind on. Oh my days, that was brilliant. I did 2 bobbins in no time. I mean, I must have filled about 8 for this. So yeah, so to get around the issue of it being too short, because this is where the bodice joins the skirt on mine. So you can see I've got quite a big bust, but it's like where it joins my body is low. I had this conversation. Now you're all staring at my boobs and I feel really weird. So what I did was, once I attached the skirt, I continued the shearing onto the top of the skirt, and I actually think I might drop another couple of lines in there, because the more I do it, the more it sort of takes me in at my waist, which is what I really need. But I absolutely love it. Other things that I did, I never quite followed the pattern in order, so by the time I went to make the channel to put the elastic in, I'd already sewn the sleeves up. That one's a bit bunched together, sort that out. So I wouldn't do that again. I'd sew it while it was flat. And it does tell you that I followed the lines for the shirring around the sleeves, and it does tell you, because it's quite long, it does tell you to do a 6 centimetre hem, which I thought, God, that's long. I'll just chop it off and do a rolled hem, which is fine, but obviously I'm guessing the idea of that is that you don't see the inside of the fabric. Now, sorry, there's some building work going on and we've got a builder about to start, so I'm trying to get recorded. You wouldn't see that, but I'm happy with it. You know, it's my first go at shirring. I think I will drop some pictures in because I'm heading off today. I'm having a little day off, heading off to meet my daughter and Ira over at Whitley Bay Colour Coats, going out for a coffee and a little catch up with her. So I'm going to wear this today. But I think I might see if I've got time to put a couple more rows of shirring elastic in and give it another good steam. And yeah, I've got plans to make another one. So that was last week's pattern challenge. This week's pattern challenge, if you've been watching the Sew and Bee, and I didn't decide that I was going to do each pattern challenge, and I'm not. I didn't do the first one, the skirt. It just so happened that two of the patterns that I'd downloaded and ordered from Flamingo Prints were the last 2 weeks, and there were things that I really wanted to do. So am I the only person who was dreaming about fabric scraps after Wednesday night this week in squares? I woke up thinking I've got light denim and dark denim, I've got them things I'm not really reaching for in my wardrobe. How will I do it? I do like patchwork, so please don't switch off if you feel like I'm dissing patchwork, but patchwork I don't think is quite my thing to wear. But I knew that I would need to put some pieces together. So I have made the jacket. I will slip it on because, so you will notice that it's just a coincidence because I had some left. I have made my own bias binding with the fabric that matches this dress. How cute does that look? Now, I did go off piste with the sleeves because these sleeves are out of a jumpsuit that I had. It's the Friday Pattern Company Avenir jumpsuit, which I made in totally the wrong size. It was huge. Carl said I looked like the Michelin Man, and he never calls me anything like that, but he was like, honestly, it's just not flattering on you at all. But I have seen versions of it that looks good, so I will come back to that again at some point. But with these sleeves on my machine, I'd done these daisies in like a pink silky thread. So I already had those in place. So I was looking at kind of this and thinking, right, how do I do this out of the light denim that I've got? So the front, although it's not patchwork, the front is actually 2 pieces here and here. And what I've done is, I don't know how, you probably won't be able to see, but where I've joined it together, obviously this is where I've done this row of decorative stitching. Now I was originally going to bind it in this because I had enough that I could piece it together, because although you're making bias binding, I don't think it necessarily needs to be cut on the bias. Well, this certainly wasn't, and it worked absolutely fine. But I am very proud of my mitered corners. YouTube is my friend for tips like that. Now, I had to do the same on the back, so I don't know if you'll be able to see the back. I'll stand up. I don't know how well it'll come over, but you can see in the centre where I joined it, I've also done a row of that stitching. And when I was going to do the bias binding in the denim, I thought, oh, I could do another row of stitching up there, but then I thought, what if I go a bit wonky? I want them to look parallel. And then I thought, actually, I'll edge it in this because I wear a lot of pinks, I wear a lot of blues, so I think this jacket would go with either. The only thing I'm finding with these patterns is it gives the finished garment size, which is something that I usually look at and use, but it doesn't also give your measurement size. And with the sheer dress, I ended up taking way more out of the bodice, probably about that much on either side. Once I'd kind of stitched it together, it wasn't really using the benefit of the shirring. And with the jacket, I ended up doing the same. So for me at the moment, I'm finding it quite a generous fit. Now, I didn't fit the sleeves in, but these are, oh gosh, I've just forgotten the name. the sleeve that fits in like that. That's how they were when I took them out of the jumpsuit. But I did just put the sleeve head pattern onto this. But then I thought, oh, there's plenty of fabric, so I put a few gathers in. You know me, I like to be a little bit different. So it is padded. I lined it. This was it was a duvet cover that I got from Dunelm last year to do a toil of the indigo dress. And I thought I had loads left. I didn't have as much as I thought, but I thought it's for the inside, so who cares? Joined it together in pieces. But what I didn't do, I didn't line the sleeves because I think it would have just been too bulky, if I'm honest. And with this being a chambray denim, it's got a nice weight to it. And to be fair, I'd already made the sleeves, so why would I want to take them apart to do that? So I'm pretty pleased with that. I'll get some better pictures, hopefully, at Whitley Bay today. That'd be nice. So what else have I done? Before I did this, I think part of what a lot of us are talking about for Me Made May is what are we reaching for or not reaching for in our wardrobes, and what can we do? Oh, actually, sorry, before I say that, I cut this lower on the pattern. It was about up here on me. So, yeah, try it on before you put your binding on. You would anyway, I guess. Right, so I bought this fabric from Pound Fabrics. I think might have been pound a metre, not sure. Last summer, and I made a Sagebrush top, which I've worn. I also made, I don't know why I'm talking in a stupid voice. I also made like a bit of a pull-on elastic waisted plain skirt to go with it, because I thought, oh, I'll wear them together and it'll look like a dress, which I have done, and it did. But most of you'll know that I'm not really a skirt fan. They just don't sit well on me. Dresses are my thing, and sort of pull-on trousers and tops. So I love the Sagebrush in it. So that's the top of the Sagebrush there. And I will drop some pictures in of what it looked like finished. So, and it's just got, I did the bias binding in the fabric when I made this one. And slightly, no, I don't think the sleeves are longer, the longer sleeves. So what I did was I cut the skirt from the Davenport dress, lengthened the skirt panel slightly, because this is what works for me. I like a more of a midi maxi length, I would say, not floor skimming. And then I used my overlocker. Before I joined it together, I did each side, and I just gathered a ruffle on the bottom of it. So for the tie, I just used some of this white, I don't know what this is called, tape stuff. However, I have got some fabric left, and I was just thinking today, you know, you like to give yourself more jobs than you maybe really need to. I think it would look even better if I did the tie in the actual fabric of the dress. So I might do that. But what I did with another dress, which was just a couple of vlogs ago, was I literally threaded elastic through the channel and then sewed a fake tie. Because I've got arthritis in my thumbs, I really struggle with kind of pulling things through. However, the last time I was at Sewn on the Time, Tamlin mentioned these Prym turners. I do have some scrunchy turners that Carl made me, but I'm gonna give these a go. So I got those. So that was my other make, but it was kind of half done. But when I came to join it together, I was thinking, like, will I have much? Will I need to gather the bottom of the Davenport skirt? But because they're from the same company, the Friday Pattern Company, and I use the same size, they just fit together, which was just absolutely brilliant. I knew that because obviously this was a top, so it was longer, I would need to take some off. I measured a couple of different dresses to see where that would be, but I just made it a little bit too long. So when I wore it on Tuesday, I felt that it was just sitting a little bit too low on my tummy. And all that I did, because I thought nobody will see, is I just sort of doubled it over by an inch, like sort of did that, and then top stitched it round. So where you've got the drawstring casing, you won't, I don't even think you'd be able to really see it. This is the drawstring casing, and this is the extra bit that I did to take it up. So it's probably an inch or two shorter than it was, but it definitely sits in the right place now. But I do think I might make a tie for that. Not today, because I'm on my day off. So yeah, and I do love a rolled hem on my overlocker, I've got to say. So the bottom of this was just finished with that. That's just a breeze. I absolutely love it. I'm not taking it all the way around the hem. I don't know what I'm doing that for. I like how it looks. I like how it feels. Obviously, depending on the fabric, whether you can do that. But yeah, I really like it. So what am I on with next? I've pulled out a pile of things that I just need to do things with. Some of them are elastic waists that the elastic's just sort of doubling over and you know, not staying where it's meant to. So what I'm going to do, and that's probably because my waist's too big as well, is just stitch them round like the Friday Pattern Company Saguaro technique, I'm going to call it, for the elastic, where you feed your elastic through and do 2 rows of stitching to just secure it in place, but it actually looks a bit more like a paper bag waist. So they're easy things to do. The dress that's hanging up here, which is a indigo bodice, I did with the puffed sleeves, and I did wear it to a party a few weeks ago. It's got a little ruffle on the bottom and I do really like it, but I've got to say I don't think the sleeves are sitting well on it. This is so Hayley Jane cotton fabric that came in March's box, I think, which I love, and I had already cut these sleeves and I shirred them the other day while I was busy, and as you can see, did a little rolled hem. The gathering stitches were already in from when I did them, so I'm going to take those sleeves out and I'm going to switch them to these. I know that maybe sounds a bit random. I just think I'd like the look of the dress a little bit more, and although I've just made it, I'm not quite reaching for it, so I want to do that. The dungarees that I've mentioned, I think I wore them on my last vlog, the navy ones with the big pattern on. I'm going to chop the top of those off, turn those into a pair of sapphire trousers, because there already is a pair of sapphire trousers just with the bib on. And I've got a couple of fabrics that I shared when I was in the lakes that I want to make sagebrush tops out of, so they're in the wash and they're going to get a cut out. So that's my running order. How much of that I get done over the next week, I don't know, because I'm trying to give myself a little bit of downtime. Today's the first day off I've had since I got back last week, last Friday, so want to have a bit of downtime, want to get the garden ready, got some work getting done. We need to put some like flower wall stuff back up, get the gazebo up, get the hot tub out, get all that chemical balance right, so that over the Jubilee weekend, fingers crossed, if the weather's all right, we'll be outside. But to be quite fair, if it's not, our gazebo is quite big. We extended it last year. We've got the patio heater. We can pull the curtains round, have a bit of a hot tub, maybe a cheeky Prosecco or a gin in there, or a little pina colada, sugar-free syrup, you know, to lose weight. So yeah, and just as a by-side, since I came back from holiday, I think I've lost 4 pounds, so it's weighing tomorrow. One of the next dresses that I am wanting to make out of this book is the Shirred strappy dress, which is this one just here. But I think I'm going to make the straps wider, and I might make those in the scrunchy style that I've mentioned before. The reason I want them to be wider is that there's no way I wouldn't wear a bra with that dress. The world doesn't need that. So if I make the straps, I'll be able to try it on and position the straps so they cover my bra straps, so that I could wear that dress. But I don't know when I'm going to do that. There's not an immediate rush for that dress, I don't think. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I am going to record a fabric haul vlog, and that'll possibly be my next one. That'll either be on Wednesday or next Friday, and yeah, all going great. So let me know what you're up to. Drop a comment down below. Please give me a thumbs up, a like, because that really helps things get shared on YouTube. And if you're not a subscriber and you don't mind how I've prattled on today, just give me a little cheeky subscribe as well. That would be fantastic. So bye for now, and I will see you really soon, and happy sewing.